I guess it's I think it's. All right, guys, having a little technical difficulties trying to get. Okay, there's loan. Let me do this. Okay, there you go. There you go. There. Should be able to pop on now. I don't know. I had to click out the whole thing and just like go back to it and hit it again, and weird.
Yeah, like I couldn't get once I exited off initially, I couldn't get back on the chat. After I said yo to M3, and it says the chat has moved. I'm just like, what again? And you have to like close it completely out, like close the app completely, and then
yeah, weird. All right, well, we're back to MOTU talk. What's the MOTU news for the week?
The biggest thing is well, he's surfaced up on eBay, which is the new Eternia Clawful for Masterverse. He's like double the price of what he's going to retail for, but he is out there. And I think it's Toy Habits has already reviewed the Whiplash, the new Eternia Whiplash.
Is he big?
Yeah, he's pretty decent size, man. The Clawfuls I think is bigger than he is. But they're all pretty big, man. So I like the Clawful better though. And then
you look at Profit Director.
It don't bother me none, Profit. Go on ahead with your go ahead self. Don't bother me in the least, man. I planted my flag has been planted years ago, man. So ain't nobody move me off it.
Do you have a MOTU flag, an actual flag that you can hang up outside?
Nah, I need to have one. I need to have an Eternia one. You know,
M3's got a Skeletor one.
Oh, really? Yeah, just something. I would hang it outside for real. I would. I mean, I've got MOTU hanging, MOTU in my car and on my car, so I will, do that too.
Yeah, I need to get me a MOTU hat and a T-shirt or a hoodie or something.
Yeah, I've got 3 shirts. Of course, I've got the one Raw custom Mamie, and then I've got my He-Man tank top, and then I've got a sleeveless tank top, and then I've got a
What's up, Daniel?
one that
Sports.
regular T-shirt that my sister brought back from Tennessee, but it done. I could tell that was a cheap ass T-shirt because the shit done pretty much like the picture of what was on there done ate off. So
Yeah.
cheap ass shirts, press on shit that just no matter how many times you wash it, but a few times it's just gonna fall off. Yeah, I gotta get me that one.
I gotta get me another one. This one's starting to, get to the where it's gonna start fading real bad.
Yeah, I try not to wear this one too much. I know he said he can make me another one because even though he made it exclusively for me, but he said anytime I needed another one, just let him know.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, hold on one second. I gotta take this.
Afternoon with Dara DZ. What's up, everybody in the chat? I know M3 was lurking. Shout out Big M. MC DJ. Who else is in here? What's about to be about it? You ain't got no sense, Prophet. Much love, though, brother. I know you'd only do that because people wouldn't do that if they didn't like me, man. So I know I'm doing something right? And of course, y'all know I'm only doing it because this is me. So it's what I've done my whole life. So I'm the weird one.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you good?
It was a buddy from the VA.
Oh, okay.
He's watching now.
Oh,
Shout out to Murph. But yeah, where was we at?
you had asked me what was the MOTU news of the so
Oh yeah,
far the week for that, and shout out Meg Foster being announced on Mother's Day. That was a little bit ago, but for being in playing Motherboard and Master of the Universe Revolution, and
yes.
of course it said that it's not going to come out until 2024 when they said it'd be out this year. Chris
Yeah,
Wood said it would be out this year. But
I know. Isn't that a bummer?
yeah, I mean it's
Dang.
all right.
At least it's coming out still. But yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yo.
And they announced Masterverse Vitron, which is kind of a tribute for Mark Taylor, the late Mark Taylor. For that was the very first initial, I guess, sculpt, if you would, or idea that they came up with. Its figures. There were three different figures. There was when right before He-Man was basically created, or as was it was being created, but one was a barbarian, one was a tank head, and then one was a bullet head character. He almost looked like a rocket, right?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
but anyway, they settled on the barbarian look, and then one thing led to another, and we got He-Man as we know him today. Out of all that hoopla they did, and then obviously they're doing a tribute. They're bringing. I mean, they did him in MOTU Classics or Matty Collector, which is Vicron, but they're gonna do. They're gonna basically it's one figure. It's Vicron himself, but he's gonna have three different outfits in a sense. So he's gonna be able to basically make all three characters. So I think that was kind of a cool little tribute that they're doing to Mark or for Mark and for He-Man as a whole. So I'm hearing it's going to be an exclusive to Mattel Creations. It looked like when I read the article or when I skimmed over it, it was like going to be two different versions. There was going to be a regular retail version, and then there was going to be a damn exclusive version. Which don't quote me on that. I do know he's coming, and then of course they announced some more Origins figures that have never been made before. Fangor actually has been made before because he was made in Matty Collector, but I know Lady Slither and that other character, I forgot the name of it, but has never been made. But they teased a bunch of stuff, and we got San Diego Comic Con coming up, and I know Mattel's going to have a presence at San Diego, so they're going to announce a bunch of shit. So for all you suckers out there that think Motu's dead, man.
They ain't dead, dude. Yeah.
Y'all might as well just be collecting dust out there, man, talking shit, just wasting your breath until you blue in the face because it ain't going nowhere yet. So
yeah, do you got any like MOTU encyclopedias books?
I've got well, if you want to call it, I got what I call the Bible, which is shout out to Pixel Dan. I've got the Dark Horse toy or He-Man, the toys of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. The book he done with that he partnered with Dark Horse and Val Staples, and a whole bunch of people were involved. A whole bunch of people. Justice Curry, actually, a bunch of guys, a bunch of collectors in the community, man, that contributed to the book. It's all over. You can go to Pixel Dan's YouTube page, and he's pretty much get a kind of behind the scenes of how that book was created and where he got all the content from, and just basically going around to actual collectors' houses and taking pictures and getting all the stuff together to put the book together with, and guys like MOTU Joe and on Instagram. He's got a YouTube channel as well. Joe's been around for a long time. He's actually good friends with Justice. But it's a good book, man. There's another one that's, if you're into the whole, like, if you're really OCD about being a completionist, there's a book by a fellow YouTube or actual He-Man.org member, which is Zach Papadopoulos. He's got it's basically a book that encompasses all the variants of the vintage era. So like all the Topps toys, all the Leo figures, different variants that were released from the Taiwan figures or the Hong Kong figures, or it's just variant galore. It's like a guide to all variants known for Master of the Universe, whether if it be a action figure or a vehicle or a play set, because they are variants out there. So I kind of mentioned it last night on M3 stream where New Soundwave had mentioned, he was talking about there's two different variants of the USS Flag for G.I. Joe. There's two different variants of the Eternia playset. There was the one I've got, which is a US release, and then you've got the European release. The European release has the blue eyes on the lion's face for the central tower, and then the tower gun. The base of the tower gun is gray on the Euro release, and wait a minute, something like that. I don't know. It's different. So I think I've got the European release base for my place. The hell, I don't know. I had to look it up again, but my y'all don't beat me down or spam me with hate mail because my memory ain't up to par sometimes. But there are two different variations of that place set, just like Castle Grayskull. There's two different variations that I know of that I'm aware of. Snake Mountain, I've never known Snake Mountain to have a variant. I know there's a variant boxed version of Snake Mountain.
Yeah.
One says I'm the ghost of Skeletor or I'm the ghost of Snake Mountain, and then one box doesn't say it, one does. That's how you can tell the difference. But let's see if I can dig this book out. It's pretty big, man. You could actually throw it and probably kill somebody.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm not joking, man. It's pretty heavy. Let's see. Just moving some stuff out the way.
He-Man. I was like, He-Man.
Yeah. So I've got a little hodgepodge of backing cards. This is Count Marzo for Matty Collector.
Oh yeah.
His bio card, and then the faceless one.
I want the faceless one. That's awesome.
This is
Tila's dad, right? Or not Tila, but
Evil Lynn.
Evil Lynn's dad.
Yeah, that's Eldor's backing card from for Super 7.
Yeah.
And then these are all my records. This is the PowerPoint Dread. And then He-Man and Battle Cats, like story books, but there's 33 records. Or not 33, 45s.
Yeah.
And then
I just saw that first one.
Yeah.
Commercial for the toy last night.
Yeah, I forgot I had all these down here. Let me move all these because I don't want to make them fall and mess them up.
Tower Dread or whatever. Tower Dread.
Yeah, the PowerPoint Dread.
PowerPoint Dread.
Yeah. Then I've got my Lee's toy review that came out during the 2002 series, which is I love that.
Yeah.
I've kept that all these years.
So what's your top 10 figures of all the, like, you can mix and match from the original to what we have now?
And I'd have to think about that. I know I thought I heard, I wasn't for sure how you said it last night. I thought you had asked me to pull out or have pulled out my
Like
10 best or 10 rare figures or something like that.
Yeah. I was just wondering if you knew offhand what your top 10 of everything is. Well, I know Eternia is probably one of your top 10s, right?
Oh yeah. That's up there. Obviously, if you're talking about vehicles and play sets and figures all together, yeah, it's definitely Eternia's number one. Battle Cat and He-Man, obviously, and Web Store. Yeah, well, Cringer is Battle Cat, so
yeah, I know. Did you say Cringe is your best friend? I was
right. That's shout out He-Man.org, man. That's been my handle since 2001, so that's my actual name. So I always was tempted to change it, but after I met you guys, y'all come to know me as Daredevil, so I was just like, it's
MOTU King,
or that that just kind of came out of knowing Kaz and being in the community, so it just kind of happened up on its own. So I just kind of adopted that. So this is it's like
nice. Let me put you on blast. There we go.
Yeah, so It just goes in
Oh,
alphabetical
dang, what's
order.
that? What's that right there?
One of the meteors.
Okay.
Yeah, they were one of the last things to come out.
I never even seen those.
Yeah, most people didn't. They, like I said, they came out towards when the line was in. It came out the same year. Well, that one came out when the 86. So 86, 87 was the pinnacle of Master of the Universe. These were actually the story behind these that they weren't actually created by Mattel for He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. They were actually had already been created over from a company overseas, and I think it was Japan.
Uh-huh.
Japan or China. I want to say Japan, but they were already created, and Mattel bought the lot. It was a company over there, and they bought a little small company, and they bought the lot. They bought the company out, or they bought the license. They bought the idea, and then they used it. So because Transformers had came out, I guess it was about 1984. You know, I guess when Transformers first came out, somebody might be able to correct me on that. But I
I
believe
remember
it was,
Attack Track.
yeah, Attack Track. I had Attack Track. Bashosaurus.
I have that one right now. I got that from Justice Curry.
Yeah, Battle Armor He-Man. Battle Bones. Battle Armor Skeletor, which I have that one.
I need those.
But yeah, like I said, it's just a hodgepodge from the vintage era all the way to all the way up until the end of Matty Collector. Matter of fact, the very last thing is listed. Ooh, shout out Turbo. There's Turbo. Uh, is the 2000X era, the Mike
Oh,
Young.
dang.
Uh,
There's a gold version of the 2002 Skeletor.
yeah, well, there's repaints, variants, stuff like that. There's a lot of different. There's Ratlord, the AKA the General, Dragon
Dang, I
Walker.
want to get that book.
Yeah, it's a great book, man. I paid it's a little pricey book. I don't know what it's going for now, but I paid like between 60 and 70 for it.
Yeah, I remember it was around there.
So
I remember seeing it when it came out, but I never got it. Ooh, look at who's that? What character was that?
just random ones. You got I'm in the Matic collector now, so like I spoke his name last night, which is a character that was never produced originally in the original vintage era, but he got released in Matic collector for the first time, which is Gygor. And then
I was talking about that green He-Man.
oh, that's slime pit He-Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is all Matic collector here.
Oh, there's what's his name from the movie?
Yeah, a card.
Yep.
Yeah, it goes all the way through all the Princes of Power. Uh, it goes all through the Super 7 stuff. Matter of fact, there's Snake Mountain.
I want that, but I want to try to make my own. I'm gonna one day once I get this basement settled, I'm gonna carve and carve and
Yeah,
make
these are
a giant Snake Mountain.
Ultimates, Classics Ultimates. It goes all the way up until 2020, and then this is all the Super 7 stuff. There's Hero. Like I said, it's a great book, man. It don't go into super great detail, but it's worth having, especially if you don't know. It helps knowledge, especially if you don't. For those collectors or people that haven't really been fans of He-Man or MOTU in general to kind of get your feet wet, so to speak, so you kind of get to know the world a little bit and get to know the characters. And there are
Yeah.
many different forms over the years and different eras and stuff like that. So this Battleground Tila, she kind of reminds me of a unreleased character from the Powers of Grayskull line, which she's been teased. I forgot what her name was, but she is
Hey, she looks great.
Yeah, Battleground Tila. Yeah, they got a lot of good ones.
Go really into MOTU.
There's that.
There's the gold one.
Yeah, 2002 gold repaint. That one pretty much
I got the
helped
regular one.
what killed the 2002 line. That and the damn Smashing Blade He-Man and Spin Blade Skeletor, Keldor. And there's a bunch. But anyway, that's a good book to have. So shout out Pixel Dan and Dark Horse. Made a great book. Heavy as hell, like I said. Kill somebody with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to. Normally, I've been had it put in a glass case so it don't get messed up, but you know.
Ooh, there's Bellcat.
Yeah, whole Battle Cat. Yep. I got I switch this camera around.
Yeah. Good to go. You got your do you got your your top 5 figures out, or 10 or whatever?
Well, all the ones I've got right now. Let's switch this thing back around. Settings. So, put it right here.
Yep. JBMMM is a fan now.
Yeah, so these are just a little mixture, man. Some of them vintage, some of them the 2002 series, but this is the first release soft head half boot Skeletor, so his boots are half painted.
Oh, I think I had one of those when I was a kid.
And then he's got the pink cheeks, so he's a pretty rare one to find. You can find him though. And then my
Did it come out in the 80s? Isn't that how it was in the 80s?
Yeah. Yeah, and then my this is a store display. I'm pretty much I say, you know, I'm pretty sure it's a store display Panther, because just like my little brother, you see that little hole right there. So when they were on display in those little display mock-up dioramas, they put holes in the bottom of their feet. So that's how you know he's a display piece. So I have one of those. And
are you going to reflock them or just going to leave them like that?
Leave them like that. And then my soft head first release Faker. He's I mean, he needs. I'm gonna get a better one, because this one has been played with. It's been loved. But I did replace his leg band. And then of course, you know, you're getting into the 2002 series, which is Cobra Khan,
Yeah.
which he's one of the last.
I want those so bad. I want the Snake Men so bad.
Yeah, they cost a pretty decent amount, man, because they were the last figures, secondary characters to come out in the 2002 line. They were the last ones.
Yeah.
So King Hiss goes for about $50. Cobra Khan goes for about anywhere from 80 to 100. And then of course you got one of the last figures in the 87 line, which is Squeeze. I got to get his weapon, but I do have Squeeze. And then another one of my personal favorites growing up. This is
yes.
Webstore.
I got the newer version of him, and I was, man, when I opened him up, I was playing with him for a while. He's really fun.
Yeah, I played with him all the time, and he's complete. He's got his original string intact and all that. He's got his claw hook, his gun, and then, you know, it wouldn't be a top 10 if I didn't include He-Man. So this is the very first ever released version of He-Man, soft head.
How's it going, MOTU?
Pretty good. What's the problem?
Not too bad, man. I can't stick out long because I'm still at work.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But I did take a picture of a few things that I have here at work.
All
right, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna pull it up. So,
all right. So yes, we have this Castle Grayskull, which I think is actually a pretty damn good Castle Grayskull.
Is it sealed or has it been opened already?
It's sealed. We actually have two of them, one sealed and one pre-owned, but they're both with box and complete.
What you asking on on both of those?
I'm not positive. The owner's not here today, but I'll have a number for you by tomorrow, Daredevil.
Yeah, do that because I'll be on the
But
box.
then we also have this.
Oh, the Matty Collector stuff.
So, well, not just Matty Collector.
Yeah.
See, here's all of our Super 7.
Yeah.
Ignore that Mantenna because I'm buying that personally.
Right.
We have all of this. Right. Then up here we have some Matty Collector.
You don't got a Hero, do you?
But then up here, here we have some of the larger things.
Yeah, Griffin.
On top of the Wind Raider there, that's Battle Cat.
Oh, yeah.
And then we also have Panther, the Classics Panther. But up here, there's the Battle Cat. Check these out.
The William Stout collection, yeah.
We've got the red Beastman, the black He-Man. Oh, this is the blue He-Man. Now you can't really see it, but
yeah.
Because my lighting in here is terrible.
Yeah, those William Stout figures bring a good chunk of money.
Oh, yeah. Look at all them Star Wars figures.
And then right here, this is mint on card. Notice the card isn't even punched.
Yeah, it's unpunched, yeah.
Now, I know, Daredevil, the way you are, me having this, I might as well be drinking Bud Light.
Right.
But I still think the She-Ra stuff is pretty great.
I mean, She-Ra's all right, yeah. I just don't, personally get into it.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I mean, She-Ra herself, like, I could see if you didn't want to get into all the other She-Ra stuff. Like, for example, I could see you not wanting this figure.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
I mean, Perfumer. What the fuck is with that name? Perfumer.
Right.
Right? But, I have to say, kind of other than that, at least the She-Ra herself, because she made plenty of appearances on regular Masters of the Universe.
They went back and forth.
What Castle Grayskull was you showing?
That's the Castle Grayskull from the Daredevil. You know better than I do.
Yeah, 2002 series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's great because that Castle Grayskull, it doesn't open like in half like the old one did. That one opens in thirds. Like the back is split in two, so it opens like from both sides.
Yep.
I want to know what the price is on one of those.
It generally runs for sealed. It generally runs anywhere from 150 to 250 to 275. I mean, that's eBay prices, but
yeah. We use secondary market as a guideline. So, but like if I was going to ship it to one of you guys, I would talk the owners into going the low end of secondary market.
Yeah.
Well, if you can give me a good price, I'm interested in trying to get another of those castles because I'd had one a while back and I'd bought it I won an auction off of eBay and I'd only paid I stole the thing, man. It was still sealed and never been opened. First release action chip set, and I paid what was it, $100 and I don't think it was no more than $130 shipped. So I pretty much stole.
That's not bad. Yeah, honestly, in my opinion, it's far better than the original Castle Grayskull. It outclasses that Netflix Castle Grayskull by a mile.
Yeah.
I don't know. My heart is always to be with the original, but if I had to,
but that's based on nostalgia, not quality. Right.
But quality, I would pick the Matty Collector, the Classics Castle Grayskull.
Honestly, quality, like nothing beats that Super 7 Snake Mountain.
Right.
Yeah, that is easily like, and if we're talking just quality, there's nothing better in MOTU than that Snake Mountain.
Oh no.
I'd like to be under the sea in a Castle Grayskull, cold in the shade.
You know, honestly, Curtis, that what you were just singing there,
Yeah.
that's proof enough for me that the Beatles did a lot of acid.
Yes.
I mean, they let Ringo sing. They had to be high.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look at those. Those actually, I'm gonna have to get some of those. I need some for my Masterverse.
Yeah, honestly, I've been supplementing the Masterverse with the Super 7 and the Classics because they all scale well together and they all look good together.
Yeah.
I've never
I
held
love
a
them.
Super 7.
It's just some of those Super 7 ones are so expensive now.
Yeah. Well, they dipped in price a little bit there, but not very much.
Yeah, well, the Classics ones are usually pretty reasonable unless we're talking main characters or rarities.
Right.
Because, like, for example, that Black He-Man that's up there, that thing is expensive.
Yeah.
And that Red Beast Man is like $350. It's like, really?
Right.
For a
Fisto is up
Beast
there.
Man.
I know
Crazy.
Fisto, brings a lot of money, and there was William Stout figures bring a little bit of money.
Oh, you know what? There was one more thing I forgot to show it, but I have all the entire line of those. You know the oversized. They're like the original Masters of the Universe on blister card, but they're giant.
Yeah, I've seen those here
Yes,
locally.
I have the whole line here, with the exception of Skeletor. Skeletor is the only one we don't have.
Hey, there's a question for you, Prophet. JB.
I believe that Black He-Man is like around the 250 to 300 range.
Yeah, good chunk of change.
Yes, it's not cheap, but it's because it's super rare.
But they didn't make. I know, like the Fisto, they didn't make very many. Why he commands so much money?
Yes, I jumped on with you guys just for a few seconds. I'm listing things right now to be sold online.
Yeah, we understand.
Curtis, I have something here you might be interested in. I couldn't list it, but we're selling it for $100 in store.
Oh, what is it?
It's the Comic-Con exclusive Cad Bane with his droid, Toto 360.
Holy shit. Damn. Is that the 6-inch?
It is Black Series, yes. And it's sealed in box.
Damn, that's a lot of money.
It is, but it's
I
an
understand,
amazing
though.
figure.
Yeah.
And it's the only way to get Toto 360.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll talk to you later about it.
Cool. Yeah, well, you don't have to worry about it selling online because, like I said, I could not list it.
Yeah.
It was an exclusive. So they're like, no, you need permission to sell that.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, really? I need permission to sell something that I own.
Yeah.
That's nonsense.
Hey, that's the way they want to go, man.
Like, it irritates me, though, because, someone like Belle Delphine can sell her fucking bathwater, but I can't sell a legitimate action figure.
Yep.
As if Belle Delphine actually bathed in that water.
But
yeah, to troll people, she probably just had her husband bathe in it.
Dip in toilet water.
Yes, know that. All you freaks out there that are buying Belle Delphine's bathwater and drinking it, it was her husband in the tub, not her.
Damn.
Yeah.
So tread lightly.
Yep.
Yeah, you're drinking water that had nuts soaking in it.
And dingleberries. Dingleberry crunch.
All right. I just wanted to jump on and show that stuff real quick.
All right.
I'll have a number for you on that Castle Grayskull tomorrow or something, Daredevil.
Okay.
Basically, next time I see you online, I'll have a number for you.
See you tonight.
Cool. Sounds good.
Tonight?
What's going on tonight?
The watch for the boys.
I'm not sure that I will be on for that. See, because here's the thing, Curtis. I've been going on with you guys too much lately. Because I go on with you guys every night, and then I get no work done on my videos.
I hear you.
So I think if you guys ever want to see another Prophet Director video, I need to like not go on every night.
Stop pouring yourself out, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, I'm sure there's plenty of people that are sick of hearing me talk anyways.
Right.
Oh, I doubt that.
I don't.
My ears would be feel a little bit better.
Yeah, see, there you go. Your guest here already. He doesn't want to hear me anymore. And I know Lone Dragon's tired of me.
No, Lone Dragon's back. He's got his, his medication.
Yeah. Oh, I love Lone Dragon, man. He's a funny dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yes, I'm jumping out. I got to get back to work. But you guys enjoy your time. I'll still be listening. I just won't be participating.
All right. Later, Prophet.
Later,
have
bro.
a good one, guys.
Thanks for stopping by. Dang, see, you got some info on a castle.
Yeah, I hated it. Got rid of the one I had, man, because I wanted to keep it because knowing what I want it for, what I paid for it, and it was still sealed.
Yeah. See, if I was to buy one of those, I would open it up.
Well, trust me, the one I had when I had it, I wasn't kind of caught in between. I didn't know if I wanted to keep it sealed. Like I was thinking about having it graded, but I never did.
Well, maybe you can get both of them. Have one open, one sealed.
I'll probably just buy one. Just get whichever one's depending on the box. The box is better. That really is what it depends on. The sealed one. It depends on how well the box is condition wise.
Yeah.
But if the loose one has got a better box and it's already open, I'd rather just get that one and then have a display box and then have it to open and put on display, put together. So kind of works out. So we'll see.
Yeah. JBM's been on for. He's been commenting a lot.
Oh, really? Yeah, I hadn't even been watching the comment section actually.
But I don't think MCDJ's on anymore. Well, it says there's 4 people watching MCDJ. M3, they might be all just listening now. Big M.
Could be.
Big M?
Probably so.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I dug out a few, and it was a little mixture of a little bit of here and there as far as vintage, and I've got tons of more vintage figures and vehicles and stuff like that are put away, and then got my Masterverse tote next to me, and I pretty much got every Masterverse figure that's out right now except for I don't have Catra, don't have I think it's New Eternia Jitsu. I
need to get him because he goes along with Fisto to me.
Well, you can get him on Big
eBay,
Bad.
I mean, Amazon too. Yeah, he's like $16 on Amazon, I think.
Oh, really? Well, I know he's on Big Bad in stock right now for like 23 ship or plus shipping. I need to get well, I ain't gonna get CGI Skeletor and He-Man for Masterverse, and I'm gonna pass on that. And then the Sunman figures I don't collect, so that's really the only ones I don't have. So I don't even count those. So
yeah, I want to get the main guy. I still got to get me a Trap Jaw and a Cyclops.
Yeah, Trap Jaw I hadn't seen. You'll have to get him offline because I'll keep a lookout for you here in town. But I hadn't seen a Trap Jaw.
They got a decent price for him on Amazon right now. So,
well, I remember
seeing
him on. When I saw him on clearance, man, for like $9. That was.
Oh yeah, that's even better, man.
They had a few of them, and that's the time I bought Cass. Matter of fact, that was a lie. I went back. I was there the day before at this Target, and dude, they had like I don't know how many King Gray Skulls. I don't know how many Hordax and She-Ras and Trap Jaws, and I was like, man, I'll come back and grab a couple. And I went back the next afternoon, and I crap you not, all of them were gone, like everything. I know a scalper done gone in there and
Yeah.
bought everything, and they left one trap jaw. And I didn't see him at first, and I was like, damn, I might have to tell Kaz I couldn't find him a trap jaw. And then I went off somewhere else to another aisle, and then I came back, and I said, let me walk back down that aisle again, because I think I missed something. So I got to looking real good, and I ended up finding that trap jaw hidden behind a couple items that were there on the shelf. And I was like, well, at least I got Kaz one. So
Yeah. Yeah.
my box had a little bit of damage, but it was worth $9.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, back in '82, it was the first ones to come out was Skeletor, Beastman, and Merman for the
Yeah,
back.
the first 8 figures, He-Man, Skeletor, Man-at-Arms, Merman, because they call 8-backs. So in other words, when you flip the figure over on the back of the packaging, it listed 8 figures. And then after the 8-backs, they were called 12-backs because they listed 12 items on the back of the packaging.
Yeah.
I know Evil Lynn was one. I believe it was Evil Lynn. I'm not a. Like
I believe so too.
I know.
She might have been the second wave, but
I know there's.
pretty sure she was first.
I should have this shit like as my memory, man, but I don't like sit here and try to recite this shit all the time and try to keep it in my memory all the time. I don't, like I said, I don't like that book is great to look at that I was showing off, but I don't be, I don't like, I don't know. I don't, sit here and try to be, know everything, off the top of my head, but, I ain't too much worried. So, but I do know they were the first 8 figures to be released.
I know Cyclops came in the second wave.
Oh, you mean Triclops?
I mean Triclops, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I was trying to think of it. No, you're good. I was trying to think of who you were talking about. Yeah, it'll list them by their release. I know, like I said, that book, it'll tell you. That's another good thing about that Dark Horse book. Tells you what year and what wave and all that. They did the same thing when they released the 2002 series, if I'm not mistaken. They did it the same way. They released the first 8 figures. They've done that a couple times over the years where they've kind of, since the original toy line, so to kind of pay tribute to the vintage era. So. But I know, like I said, I'm waiting on the. I still ain't got it hadn't updated yet from United States Postal Service. It should be getting Faker. He's probably not going to come in, so hopefully by this Flex Friday, I'll have Faker to show off. So I'm really waiting on that because they're all great figures, man. They just keep getting better and better every wave now. But out of that wave 9, I think Faker is probably the best.
Yeah.
All of them, hands down. And then the damn Merman is, I would say the Buzz Off is second and Merman's third and Grizzlord's last because that's the way I rank Wave 9. They're all great figures though, man. They just keep getting better and better, like I keep saying. And if you can go to Target right now, at least down here they've got MOTU on sale, so you can get Masterverse figures for like $15 and something.
Yep.
So I was gonna go out today, man. It's 420 right now. Shout out 420.
Yeah. Sure is. Dang. Yeah.
I was, like I said, I thought about going out a couple places. I don't know. I gotta go out anyway, so I gotta go get some more water, and a couple of things. So I'll go to Walmart, the closest one to my house, and that'll give me an excuse to see what's in the toy aisle and see if I can spot some of them new turtles that Cavs was showing off. I wasn't even aware that he had done come across some new turtles or the retro Playmates line until I was on M3 stream and new Soundwave was showing them off, and I didn't.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Man, I was so tempted to get into collecting turtles, man, but I only because that was my second most collected toy line that I played with as a kid. Like it was right up there with Master of the Universe. So
yeah, and you can kind of interact those.
Yeah. And I remember used to taking them outside and building sewers and in the front yard. My mom would get mad at me because I'd be digging holes in the yard and making a mess and shit, and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'd have doubles. I had just like my He-Man toys. I had doubles and triples of some characters, and my dad just bought whatever. But when my dad left, it was mainly my grandmother and my mom buying them for me. Mainly my grandmother, as far as turtles are concerned, and I love the turtles, man. Like I said, I had I've got all 4 of the Playmates Retro Series turtles that it came out with. I had the party wagon, but I sold I sold off the party wagon because I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole, so to speak. So I kept the turtles, and I don't know why. I got rid of the wagon and kept the turtles, but I don't know. They're not bad, man. I've seen them for like the newest ones that they released, which was the Foot Soldier, Shredder, Crane, Leatherhead. I seen them for like $8 at Target on sale, and I was so tempted to buy them, man. They had them all right there on the shelf.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it, man. Because if I'm gonna buy them, I'm gonna buy the originals. You know what I mean? My same whole thought process that I had with the vintage Master of the Universe versus Origins. It was a no-brainer, man. At least for me, anyway.
Yeah, that's what I miss. I miss going like hunting, like at yard sales and stuff for that stuff.
Yeah, and it's really I've been wanting to kind of pick up to start doing that, but it's so damn so damn hard to figure out where people are having yard sales, man, because we had this book called I Wanna, and we don't have it anymore. And the only way I'm gonna know is if I'm gonna go via Facebook Marketplace and be looking. And a lot of time they don't be listing the stuff correctly. A lot of time they won't put a date and when they're having it, or in other words, it's just not posted correctly. And I'm not going to be driving all over Hell's Creation all over town looking for yard sales when it's wasting gas. I'd rather know about it and then go straight to it. And
exactly. Now the gas game is taking the fun away from it.
Yeah.
And everybody demanding top dollar for the stuff now.
Yeah.
Fun out of it.
So it's about, I don't know, it's been hovering between like $3.15 and like $3.40 around here for a little while. It did go down. I mean, because it was over $4 a gallon at one point, but it's kind of tapered out a little bit. So it's been around that, about around $3.30 on average here.
Ours is like about $3.69 on average.
Yeah, I thought it'd be much worse than that, being where you're considering where you're at.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, that's bad. Usually, I don't know, man.
I know when the one positive I could say about, and without bringing politics into it, which I won't, obviously, because I don't really care about it, but the previous president, at least I could say one thing: the gas was extremely reasonable. Yeah, that's about all. But that's about all he did. But anyway,
yeah, he even brought it down from the previous president.
Right. So, but like I said, I'd like to start doing a yard sale thing, and it's kind of redundant to go to the flea market because you can't never find nothing at the flea market because I know all the same vendors are out there all the time, and they don't never have. Just a waste of time for me, man. As far as trying to hunt for vintage Masters of the Universe, because I know a guy out there that's got some, but he's so fucking overpriced. I just don't have the heart to want to tell him that, bro. The reason why you don't sell anything is because you're overpriced.
Yep.
You're way above, the secondary market, like, bro. And then you're selling figures that are, you're pricing figures that are actually opened, but you're selling them as if they were sealed. Like, bro, like, what planet are you from?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking ignorant, man. But I just ain't never had the heart to tell him that. But sometimes you gotta let people figure it out for themselves.
Yeah, I need to get me a good go-kart or something out here. That way I can drive it around yard sale. Because out here where I'm at in the country, you can drive go-karts around.
Yeah, I could get away with driving one. I remember having a really nice one, man, back in the '90s, man. That was fun. I missed my little two-seater. I had what they call it, a butterfly cart. Had a 8-horse Briggs and Stratton. It ran on regular gas, and it could also run on alcohol. So it was nice. I gave that thing hell, man. I was all over the place on that thing, having a good old time. I think I paid like what was it, 250 or $300 for it. But it was worth it. I know they couldn't keep me off those things, man. As soon as I got off the bus, because the bus would like pick me up and then let me off right in front of the house I lived in on the street where I lived. Because the mailbox is like right there, and I'd jump off the bus. I'd kept my go kart, like, because we had this deck on the front of the mobile home we were living in, and I had it parked up under the deck, and I would put the decking back so nobody could see that it was under there. I fucking go run in the house, throw my book back up on the couch when I walked in the door. I'd run in there and grab a quick soda or a drink or something. I come running back out the door, leave the door. My mom be hollering at me, "Close the damn door!" And I close the door finally, and I go out and grab my go kart out from under the thing, make sure it was gassed up, and fire it up and take off. Yeah, man. I was a fucking menace on that thing, man. I built a trail through the woods because we have woods on either side of the house or the trailer. Like, it wasn't really even a trailer park; it was just a few trailers, and it's kind of like on this street on this alcove, and it was cut into the woods. But anyway, we have woods on either side, and I got this notion one day after school. I was like, man, I want to build me, like, I see all these dirt bike trails, around the city and stuff in certain places. I'm like, man, I want to build me one for my go kart. So I got out there. I done brought a shovel, a rake, and a pickaxe and a hoe and all kind of shit. I ended up making me I kind of just cut me out a fucking trail through the woods, and once I got it done, it was the rest is history, man. Just driving that go kart all the way through there, and done drove it through there to the point of where I done kind of indented a road, and I created different lanes and stuff like that. I remember a cop was chasing me one time, and I remember because he was over the siren, talking to me, talking about, "Son, pull that damn thing over. Pull over now." And I'm just like, man, I just gunned that shit. I dipped in through the woods, and because I could cut between each street, so there were woods in each, on the side of between each street, and because one street was a dead end, and then I could go down a dirt road and then go over through some more woods and go to another street. So there was no way he was gonna catch my ass. So he never did catch me. So it was funny because I made my way back to the house, and I'd slipped my go kart up under the porch, and I put the thing back, and I was swinging on the swing when he come driving up the road, and he hauled out, "Hey, did you see a kid riding a go kart around here, son?" I was like, "No, sir." And it was me, So he didn't have a clue. I just thought that was hilarious, man. I love that thing. Of course, I thought I was driving like what we call a wigger too, because I was hunched down, and I would lay down and put my arm up on the top of the wheel, and I'd have my cassette player on my head. Craigslist, yeah. Hell's creation.
Daredevil lived on the street or something. Yeah, lived on the street.
No, it was crazy. It was a good time. It took a while, man. I figured it took me about a week to carve me a path out in the woods, man. It took a lot of work, a lot of raking, and a lot of clearing the stuff out. And it was a lot of pine trees, a lot of oak trees, and luckily, I didn't really run into no poison ivy or poison oak or anything like that. But it was out there though. But
Yeah.
I didn't screw with it. So a lot of thorn bushes here and there, and it was good times, man. I really enjoyed it, and I never had anything. I mean, I remember having like a little, I think they called them a little '85 Yamaha motorcycle when I was in Texas. I gave that thing hell too. I never was a big motorcycle guy. I mean, I've rode a 4-wheeler, 3-wheeler. wasn't a big fan of the 3-wheel. More of a 4-wheeler. My dad had actually not far from here. I remember I could take you right to it. Actually, right up the road actually, and go down the road and go around the corner and to the left. There was like this. I don't know. It was a bunch of. It wasn't nothing but dirt at the time, and big ass dirt hills, dude. Like somebody had done gone through there with a dirt bike. That's what they were doing. And my dad had got this, bro, like this humongous, like the biggest dune buggy. Like I know I was a kid, so everything, or when you're a kid, everything seems extra big to you.
Yeah.
And man, he had this. I mean, this gargantuan, big ass dune buggy, dude. Like had these big ass wheels on the back and the small wheels on the front. Had this big ass pipes coming out the back of it. Man, dude, this thing looked crazy, right? So, and he was like, "Come on, son, we're gonna go riding." I got on that thing, he strapped my ass in, and I'm glad I was strapped in, man, because man scared the hell out of me, dude. I mean, my dad was having a good old time. He was laughing. Carrying on, thought it was funny, and we was jumping the hills. I'm like, man, get me off this thing, bro.
Yeah.
It was something else. But like I said, I remember going out on. I've been on the boats, and I've drove boats, and that was fun. I really enjoyed driving a boat on the lake.
Yeah.
A couple times that I have when my dad was still living.
You ever do those ski-doos?
Nah, I did I drove a sea-doo, or what they call a jet ski.
Yeah, jet ski.
Yeah. I've done like the whole, they put a.
It's like a motorcycle on water, like kind of.
Yeah. I remember riding on the inner tube, strapped to the back of the damn boat, going down the lake and shit, bouncing you all over the place. And there's some good times, man. I keep my white ass on the ground now. I don't get around water.
Yeah.
I'll look at it, but I ain't getting in it. No, sir.
Profit.
Heroin needles? Nah. And I was doing it without gloves, man.
Ouch.
Yeah, that shit. Why you think I was trying to use the rake as much as possible? That's really what I was doing, because I would rake up an area, and then I would use the rake. I would flip the rake over, and then because in other words, have the claw part of the rake like this. I would have it facing upwards, and that's how I would scoop the stuff up, and then just chunk it wherever I wanted to, chunk it. And seriously, I would have to I was having to cut roots, pull roots out the ground and move them out the way, because obviously there's trees every fucking where. But I actually even had to go out there with a little axe I had, and clear out a few trees, little small trees. That was relatively small, but pretty, still had to cut them down. So, because some of them I tried to stand on and break, and I was able to break a couple of them, but some of them I just had to absolutely use the axe. But it was a lot of work, man. It took a little while, but I ended up getting it done, and because I actually remember clearing out the other woods too on the other side of the other property because I had built an actual fence and cage for my dog that we had. You know, I built her a dog house, and I'd actually built it out of pallets. If y'all, people
Yes.
seen wood pallets. So my dad had taught me how to build a dog house out of pallets. So I built her a dog house and kind of put it up off the ground on concrete blocks and built her a really nice pen. And of course, I had to borrow a set of post hole diggers so I can, put posts in the ground and all that. And somebody had gave me some. It wasn't like standard chain link fence, but it was some other kind of fencing. But it was good enough to use to keep her in there, and that's what I used to put her pen together with. So it worked out, and I built her a gate, put a little latch on it. And she enjoyed it, so.
Yeah.
Had a deep hole out there. I remember going riding through there. I mean, not just my go kart, but I had bicycles too. So I remember riding through there and all the ignorant shit I've done over the years of jumping bikes, man. 'Cause that's all you did as a kid in the '80s, man, was jump bikes and do tricks and street tricks and stuff like that. So I was always big in all that. And all the crazy stuff I did, I'm just surprised that I never seriously injured myself. I mean, I had friends that, one of them dislocated his jaw. One of them like shattered his nose. One of my cousins got a rod or of some kind, like drove through his leg. All kinds of dumb shit, man. Broken arms, broken legs, broken ankles. I just been blessed, man. I mean, and I was the craziest out of all of them, bro. I remember jumping the hood of a car. I remember jumping a 5-foot chain link fence. Bro, I was out there. Man, some of the dumb shit I was doing, jumping and carrying on, and I was a daredevil, so to speak. So that's the name kind of fits. So I don't do that shit anymore. But I mean, I rode a bicycle up probably into my 20s, and I've actually been tempted to dig my old mongoose out. I've got a competition mongoose out in the shed. It probably weighs about not even. I don't even think it weighs 4 pounds, to be honest with you. So it's one of the nice ones that people want to look for, but I need to get out there, and I've thought about cleaning it up and getting it back on the street again and riding it for exercise. I actually like to do that. You just don't find them anymore. So
Yeah.
maybe one day if I ever get a hair up my ass to go out there and pull it out, I had to dig a bunch of stuff to get to it, but it's out there. So I'd have to get new wheels or new tires and all that.
I wouldn't mind getting one of those amphibious things that's got like 6 or 8 wheels on it, and it rolls through everything, and then you can go in the water.
Yeah, land based and on sea. Yeah,
but they're
you see stuff like that in the Army.
Yeah. Well, they sell them out here. There's like $6,000 to $10,000 or something like that.
Yeah, good little bag right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been some good times, man, over the years. I know that. And I really like driving, especially when I started driving a go-kart. That's how I really got excited about driving at an early age. And once I got to I've been pumping gas with my grandmother since I was about 11 years old. And one day I just bugged the hell out of her. I think I was about 15, might have been 14, 15, but I kept bugging her, and I was out riding with her like always, and kept hounding her, man. And she was like, all right, I'll let you drive. And then I got out, I was sitting in the back seat, and I remember getting out the back seat, and I left the den. I was so excited. She done, got out her the driver's side and went over to the passenger side to get in on that side. And she was like, "Well, you gonna close the damn back door?" Because I done got in the driver's seat and I done put the seatbelt on and all that. She goes, "You gotta close the door, son." So I got back out and closed the door and then got back in, and she goes, "All right, you gonna do this and this," and she let me drive, man. Because I was I don't know. It didn't take very long. I don't recall, but initially I was just so. It wasn't from being scared, but it was more of just sheer adrenaline and sheer excitement of driving. Like I was a nervous wreck, bro. Like I was. She's like, "Why are you shaking so bad for?" Calm down. Chill out. And I was just, man, I was geeked. Like I was a heroin addict. Like I was on a high, man. Nobody couldn't tell me nothing. Matter of fact, when I got my driver's license, bro, that was it. I was like, y'all can't hold me down no more. I can go wherever the hell I want. Look out,
Yeah.
I come and go when I please. Y'all done lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a couple of them, man.
This right here, what OG Skywatch says. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I had a couple bikes that got stolen, man. Matter of fact, I had a really nice, like bright red, had metal flakes in it, candy apple flakes in it. It was red, like I said, red with really polished, really shiny, chrome. All it's just chromed out in certain areas. It was nice, man. I had to fold down pegs and pipes and all. It had everything on it, man. I had it on the chain. Motherfucker still got it, dude. And that was a thick ass. It was a nice chain. I spent some money on that chain to keep my bike locked, and they broke into it and stole it or got cut it somehow with something. I don't know what they used, but they got it. And I remember having it's called a company called Royce Union. They're big and were big back in the days, and I had a Royce.
You too, JB. You have a good one. Sorry.
Yeah, appreciate you, man, for stopping by. But yeah, the Royce Union was nice. It was more of a purple, and I forgot what other color it was, but that was a badass bicycle because I remember my mom and my stepdad had paid like $500 some for it. So because I got it for making because I made AB Honor Roll or something at that time, and I've been pestering them about getting a better bicycle, and I made AB Honor Roll, and they bought me a bicycle. So I was like, hell yeah! I rode the hell out of that thing.
Yeah.
Of course, I did that there. All the bikes I had. That one out there, it'll have to be repainted and everything. I'll have to fully restore it before I have to put it back on the road.
Yeah.
It wouldn't cost that much to do though. They're pretty reasonable, man. Tubes, inner tubes, and tires don't cost a lot. There wouldn't be a lot to get it back on the road. Shit, some bikes I had didn't even have brakes. It was kind of like Fred Flintstone shit. You had your fucking feet. That's how my mom got mad because the bottom of my shoes were worn off because war ball. Because she'd be like, "You riding that damn bike again without no brakes? Better stop." Oh well, too late.
Yeah.
So, that wasn't fun either, man. Because I was just so lucky I didn't never break my foot or break a toe or anything of that nature. I've had friends that do that,
Twist an ankle because you hit wrong,
or fall off. Shit, I've had buddies just fucking wipe out because they, trying to stop. They just going so damn fast. Yeah. Oh man, it was so.
I busted my nuts so many times on a bike jumping shit.
I done that one. I remember one vivid time, man. I was in Texas, and boy, this shit was crazy, man. We lived on a corner house, like similar to what we built. We're in a corner house now, but anyway, where I was at, a bunch of buddies and me decided to stack a bunch of the normal size red bricks you see, right? Well, we stacked them up in this almost like a pyramid, man. And we put this piece of pallet of wood down, and we had this right at the very top of that bitch. We had it's like a piece of wood, like a small wood, and the way my buddy, like jammed it in there, he said, so when you go up the ramp, James, when you hit this shit, you're gonna hit that board and it's just gonna pop you up in the air. I'm just like, bro, you crazy, man. I said, and I was like, well, I'll tell you what. I said, if you try it first, I'll do it. He goes, all right. So I already knew he was gonna fucking wipe out. And he got his, he went down the end of the street and got a good running start. He hit that shit, man. Once he hit that board, he popped up in the air, and then he wrecked bad, dude. He fell off his bike. He got really bad road rash, and I was like, I said, I see, I told you. So I went down there and I took that board off and threw it somewhere in one of the neighbors' yards. I don't even, I just threw it out the way. I was like, well, I'm gonna jump it without this shit because you stupid. So I went back and got on my bike. I didn't even get a running start nowhere near where he was. I didn't go that far, and he was like, man, you're not going to make it, bro. And, he's standing there like bleeding and shit. He said, you ain't going to make it. You need to get further back. I'm already, by that time he's running his mouth, I'm already pedaling, right? So I done, hit the ramp and boom, when I hit it, I went up in the air. And when I came down, my foot slipped my left foot slipped off the pedal and I landed right on the crotch. So you're talking about a crotch event. Man, I hit, boy. I made it. I didn't fall. I didn't wreck or wipe out or anything. But boy, that shit hurt.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
I did it again. After that, I waited a little while and we jumped it a couple more times, and that was it. So of course, people, people driving cars, they're coming through the intersection, driving down the street and shit, and they're screaming at us, "Move that stuff out the road! Move it out the road!" And we end up having to move it out in the road, and my mom and them came out, or I guess neighbors and whoever else came out there, and we got it out the way, and that was nuts. So that hurt like hell, like I said. But
yeah,
that was probably the only time I really ever got hurt. Man, other than the time I was riding back from my sister's house. It was kind of raining that evening, and it was kind of dark outside, or just getting dark. And I drove over this like pair of train tracks, and I just wiped out for some unknown reason, just due to it being slippery, I guess. And as experienced a rider as I was, I like I said, I fell and I landed on my knee and shit, and scraped up my knee pretty bad, and that shit hurt like hell. And I remember trying to, I guess, bend my knee up and down, trying to get trying to loosen it, just trying to make it feel better. And I remember standing in the fucking shower, and boy, as soon as I lifted it up, I got sick as fuck. Like I wanted to just puke right on the spot. Like it was so bad. It was weird. Like I was like, why would I get sick? And I'm just like bending my leg up, and of course I've got a little bit of road rash on my kneecap and shit, my right leg. I'm just like, damn, why would I do that? So I got out the shower and waited a little bit and went in there and got something to eat. I felt better after that. Of course my knee was sore as hell, but and of course, it took time for it to scab over. We've all been there, where we had, skin injuries and stuff like that from being stupid as a kid playing, getting hurt, falling or doing whatever. That's happened to me quite a few times when I was a kid. And of course, mom tell you or granny tell you, don't pick at it. Picking at it again, you're just gonna make it worse. As a matter of fact, I still got that damn scar on my right kneecap from the last time I wiped out, which you can actually see it.
Your sound's going. Your sound's going.
Really?
Yeah, it's it sounds like you're gargling when you're talking. Like.
Yeah, it's probably my phone, man.
Yeah. Well, shit, it's almost 5 o'clock. It's almost 5 o'clock already, so
Yeah.
maybe I got some things to do. You gonna jump on? Send you a link. You gonna jump on tonight to watch the boys at 9?
Uh, I'll try to. But if you don't see me, it's because obviously I've got to work early because I don't know if I got to work
Well,
tomorrow
okay.
or not. So
Okay.
I probably do. So I'll probably, if I do, I've got to go in super early. But I appreciate you, man. And like I said, as always, and just talking, being
Yeah.
able to talk Master of the Universe, man. So
Yeah. Appreciate next till next weekend.
yes, sir.
Saturday or Sunday. Oh, there goes your sound. It's back. And thanks JBM and OG Skywise.
Yeah, definitely everybody that stopped by. And
M3.
I know it wasn't a whole lot, but
Big M. Yeah.
But I'm always here if anybody ever wants to hit me up or ask me anything, or just curious about something. Hit me up via Instagram. That's where to find me.
Yeah. What should we discuss next week? The comics, or maybe the cartoon
Uh,
series, the different cartoon series they had?
Yeah, we'll think of something. We'll come up with something between now
Okay.
and have a few different topics. We'll need quite a few different topics to talk about for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, like I said, it's always a pleasure, man, and you enjoy the rest of your afternoon and evening, man. And I'm gonna get going, and get what I got to get done before it gets too much later.
Yep.
But
All right.
bro.
Everybody, you all have a good next time we see you, however long that takes, if it's tonight or tomorrow, whatever. You all have a good, God blessed night, week. Be safe out there.
Catch y'all later.
All right, later.